I'm Jessica.
And I'm Jeanette.
We are So Sweet Quilt Shop in Brunswick, Missouri. And today we're going to do our little chat. Yes. So we have brought 8 projects from our sewing room.
In different stages.
And we're going to share them with you. So this is to inspire you, motivate you, or just let you feel better about the chaos you have going on in your own space.
Feel better about yourself.
Yeah, make you feel better about yourself. Because yes, we have a lot. I mean, 8 is just
a small sampling.
Small sampling. But we encourage you to do the same thing. Get yourself a notebook, make a list of 5, 10 projects, 20, whatever you want to do. And then every week is just a nice way for us to kind of keep track of where we're at, what we should be working on, so we're not overwhelmed by all the other stuff. And then it's really fun when you get to mark it off that you got it done. We are a quilt shop, so if anything we share with you today, we have the pattern, the book, the kit, whatever we have, we will try to tell you that. Yeah. And then you can call the shop, or you can go over to our Facebook page and send us a message of anything that you would like to purchase if we have it. Anything else?
And on Fridays, we do live shopping every Friday morning at 9:30 on our Facebook page.
And in the description below is a link to our Facebook page, so you can click over there. And some of the stuff, a lot of the stuff that we share with you today, if we have it, we'll also show it on that live shopping typically.
Okay. All right, let's get started.
Okay, you go first.
All right, so the April Table Runner. So we are doing a year of runners out of a book called Table-tastic 3. And I took April home. I know, I'm ahead of the game. Yes. And I got it finished. So I did a retreat over the weekend with my local guild.
Oh, it's so pretty.
So this looks very springy. And if you was,
I love the soft pink.
If you was in Missouri today, it's cloudy and rainy and supposed to be pretty much all week.
So it's nice to have a spring.
I want to say this thing is, I don't have a thing in front of me, but
I mean, it's pretty good size.
Maybe 16 inches wide, 16 and a half, but it's 50 something long. So yeah, it's kitted just like you see here.
All right. Okay. So my first one is the March Runner,
and you got it done, and it's quilted.
It's quilted. It just needs binding, but it's been quilted. So we do have these kits. It's a table topper.
And I want to say it's like 39 inches square.
It is, yeah. So it could be even a baby quilt.
It really could.
But it's just the cutest fabric. It's got little cherries and flowers.
So cute.
Yes.
Springy again. Looks springy.
Yes.
We're anxious for spring.
Maybe this weekend I'll get the binding on it.
What color's binding? Don't know. Could be that color.
I
think it's stripy.
I think it's green.
I think
it's a green color.
Okay.
To go with the, like this darker green that's in the leaves.
Okay. All right. So the next thing I want to show you is another runner. So we always encourage you guys, when you finish a quilt top, you have scraps left over. And yes, they can be stuffed into the totes we already have. But if you can, because there's a lot of scraps that I'm like, oh, they're so pretty. I wish I didn't have quite so many left. What am I going to do with them?
Right.
I actually made something. So this was the scraps from the violet quilt. And if you look back, I think I showed that last week. Because it's in line to be quilted. So the only thing I came in and bought was this inner border and outer border.
So you had enough left over to make a table
all
runner.
The center.
Wow.
And this is the table runner. We have it on there by the elevator. What is it called?
Mini Brick Road.
Mini Brick Road. Look how good she is. Mini Brick Road.
Good. We've been kidding it, so.
Isn't it cute? So all that center is just scraps that were left over from the violet quilt.
Yeah, so whenever you finish a project, finish a top, go ahead and do something with those scraps right then.
I thought just the center, because I had thought about making a bench pillow. But just the center would have made a bench pillow.
Then you put quarters on it.
Yeah, and if you ever want to do something like that, go ahead and buy your pillow form, and you can even buy them at like Walmart, Joann's, just a bench pillow form. And then you'll know, oh, I got a nice pile of scraps. It needs to be X, Y, by whatever, and then you're good to go.
Then you could just do it right then.
Right then.
Okay, so I have been working on Garden Bell stars, and I decided I'm going to make some more blocks. So I cut out to make 10 more. So that'll get me, when I get them all done, that'll make it 38, and I need 42.
Ooh,
so I'm getting close.
You should have just went ahead and cut the last little bit.
Should have.
Shoulda, coulda, didn't.
So I got 2 more done, but I do have 10 cut out.
Yeah, I like them.
Anyway, yeah, they're just so pretty. I got a nice little stack of them. And when I get them all done, there's no sashing or anything. You just trim them and sew them together. So,
which will be fun when you get the day that happens. It's kind of like my log cabin quilt. It was so fun the day I actually just got to sew the blocks together.
Yeah, and I'm using all Jen Kingwell fabric, plus
look at the pretty stack.
Some of her lollies, which are the
black and grays.
Well, the bolts that are, you know, they have 8 different fabrics in these rows. So anyway, yeah, I'm excited. Get it done.
Drop this. Okay, I'm on a roll of just using leftover stuff. So I made a Judy 9 Meyer table runner, and it's still in line to be quilted, I think, in the back. But I had 1 block left because the thing was going to be 68 inches or something. So there's a center block, and I have made a pillow top out of it.
Isn't that fun?
That's going to be a 22-inch pillow, and I've even got the batting and the backing ready to be quilted.
You're just going to do like straight lines.
That's what I was going to do, is just diagonal lines at home, but I haven't done it yet. But I did get the...
So that's your second thing with that fabric, right?
I love that fabric. It's kind of an obsession. This was the line, you know, the year before she had done one with, that had more black in it.
Okay.
The one she did, the same designer by Riley Blake, did the new one this year, and it doesn't have any black.
It's got like a dark green.
But this one had more black in it. But isn't that striking? I just love it. Just gotta get it quilted.
You could do a whole room now with that quilt and the runners. Because you have 2 runners, a pillow,
and a quilt, a big quilt.
Yeah, a big quilt, yeah. Okay, so I've been working on birds.
Working on a bird.
I have 4 more birds done, so I have 8 to go.
Oh, the blue ones are pretty.
Aren't they so cute?
There's a little limey bird.
This is the Elizabeth Hartman Pretty Birds. We doing it as a block of the month. We do have a few kits left. So you can see the ones I have X's on I got done. So all I have left are these big ones.
Toucan, make me think Fruit Loops.
Yeah,
Fruit Loops cereal.
Yeah, so I have 8 of those left, and then I can put it together.
And he looks like he's got some bigger pieces, so
maybe he'll go somewhat
faster.
fast.
Somewhat faster.
Yeah, we're getting ready to start the Fab Farm block of the month, and I'd like to get the birds done before
you start on the next one.
Start on that. I don't know, because it starts next month, and it'd be nice if I had month 1 done.
But you're trying to concentrate on the birds.
So we'll see.
You might jump over and do month 1 and then come back to the birds.
That's what I'm thinking is going to happen.
Okay, so I made some binding, you know, progress people. So I showed this quilt top that I've had done, I don't know,
A while.
long time, 3 years, 5 years.
Yes, I had started quilting it, then we got new machines, and the back wasn't going to work anymore, and
so I had to take that out and make the back bigger, and now it is quilted, and I got the binding done. So cute.
This is embroidery before cross stitch.
I started doing cross stitch so much, and now I don't embroidery at all. It's so cute.
It's a little Halloween. It's just really
and
cute.
It is I think it's called bamboo. You can't really see it. Bamboo
It's
swirls.
Bamboo Swirls, the quilt design.
Which made me think kind of fall. And the binding is this fun grunge, which has a little bit of purpley in it, which the quilt has a little bit of purple in it. So binding is made. It's on the baby, ready to be sewn on.
Yes. Okay, next up is we are going to do a quilt along on our private Facebook group with Sweet Kisses. And we have sold out of these patterns, but I have ordered them. So if you're wanting to do it with us, don't panic. They're coming.
They're coming.
Yes, so anyway, we're getting ready to do this, and I haven't got anywhere except I did get this.
So you bought that, so.
Yeah, so we have cut these packs of low volume prints that will work for the low volume in this quilt. It calls for,
if you do the throw size.
If you do the throw size, 38 eighth yard cuts. So this pack has 20 quarter yard cuts. So it'll be, you know, a little more. It'll be a little more than you need, but it'll give you plenty of selection.
Yeah.
And then you could even add in some stuff you have, because I know in my stash I don't have enough low volumes to do that. So anyway,
Right.
got my pack.
And what I have done over the weekend is I just started a tote basically and throwing everything in there through my scraps that's low volume. Because they don't need to be big cuts. You're cutting these little 1/8 yard cuts into like 3.5 inch squares, 1.5 by 3.5, which basically just goes around that little tiny X cross, whatever you want to call it.
And then the X cross, I do have plenty of those, because that's,
They're asking for 5 inch squares. Again,
you're
doesn't
trimming them.
yeah, you're subcutting that 5 inch square into 1.5 by 4.5, 1.5 by 2, 1.5 by 1.5.
So like 2.5 inch strips. would
So
probably
I'm
work.
actually going to use my string pieces because I don't even save anything less than 1.5 inches.
Yeah, there you go. I'm just gonna look again. Yeah, all 1.5 inches. So yeah, my 2.5 inch strips would work, or my 5 inch squares.
So you can start gathering your scraps if you want to, because if you've quilted very long, you have some.
Right, for sure.
Low volume and bright prints.
Or you can order that pack from us.
Well, sometimes it's just nice to get a little pack and
Mix it in
mix
with
it
the
in
stuff
with what you already
have.
got. As Jessica and I had talked about sharing that 1/4 yard and cutting it on the
Yes.
fold.
Yeah, I think we will do that.
Okay, my next thing is progress on my cross stitch. So, still just been working on this one cross stitch this week. Haven't touched anything else. Because when I do get to sit in my chair, I don't want to have to think about anything else with this one. So there it is, A Heart Remembers. It's out of the book by Blackbird. I think we still have it, we have it back in. It's called A Heart Remembers. So the book was released last year. So this is my second project out of that book, and there's actually a couple more I still want to make.
Oh, well, you've made a lot of progress. That's really cute.
Isn't that really pretty? I didn't really bring anything to put it on, but I'm gonna do my best here to show you.
Mine.
Oh, look how pretty that is. It's got all your little antique-y kind of look. I'm using some hand-dyeds and some DMC, and that's what she has used. Some hand-dyed, some GMC. DMC. And she's used some Gentle Art, which we have here, and she also uses a lot of Weeks Dye Works, which we just got in here.
Yay.
I would have used them if we'd have had them at the time when I started this, but this is such a fun little stitch. It's only going to finish about maybe 9 by 9, so it's not real big. But I just love the springy birds. Makes me think of a big robin at the top. Okay.
All right, so I'm going to show you my cross stitch. I've still been working on my little chicken.
A lot of black.
Yep, so there's the pattern, and I've made some more
Ooh,
black
you
stitches.
have. You've made some progress.
So we're getting there.
Yes, cross stitch is just very relaxing to me. Really, embroidery is the same thing. It's just that now I'm on the wave of cross stitching, so I'm really not embroidering.
Yeah, you can always go back.
I can always go back to it. Okay, Spring Awakens. So I did go ahead and kit a second cross stitch, not starting on it, haven't started on it, but I have done the Winter Cometh, and there's 4 seasons by this designer. So this is spring, which, you know, it is spring, so I need to do the spring one. So I picked out this cloth. Isn't that pretty?
Pretty.
So it is a hand-dyed 18 count by Fiber on a Whim. I don't even remember the name of it. It's got a funny kind of a
Like a
aqua, greeny.
Aqua, yeah.
And it only takes 3 colors. And so there we go.
And those will be pretty on there.
I think that'd be pretty on there.
Yep, very cool.
There you go.
Okay, so been showing you guys the grandmother's quilt, and I got the binding all done. So this will be the last time you get to see it on here.
Because it's going somewhere.
It's gonna go in the shop somewhere. We do have these kits.
Oh, we do? Okay, I didn't know that.
I do have kits. I've kitted more, and we do have the pattern.
Do we still have that print you've used in the middle as your snowballs?
Yep, that's in the kits.
Oh my gosh. That's the one
so everything you see here, we have in kits. Ready to
pretty,
go
I love
home.
it. Love that quilt.
With the binding, and I did a minky back, so it's super soft.
And it's just minky quilt, so pretty. Can you see the quilting in that? I don't know if
Yes,
they
it's a
can.
Baptist fan design.
One of my favorites. I use that one a lot on my stuff.
Yes, so it is done.
It is done. Okay, so my last item is just to share some items I picked up at Dollar General yesterday for finishing cross stitch, which you're like, do you ever finish anything fully finished? I have at least 4 items now that need to be fully
We
finished.
have a collection of frames in case we do finish one.
Yeah, and when I go buy a frame, you know, they're not typically square. They're more like a 5x7 and 8x10, and you need sometimes these odd shapes. Look how cute this is. It's got a stand on it. I even like the fabric, or I say fabric, it's paper in the bag.
Looks like fabric.
But if you did something springy, I think like Easter flower bouquet, it would be pretty on that. It's got the little clip on it, but this was $5 at Dollar General. And look at these cute little things. These are little stands, aren't they cute? So for some little smalls, I have like a tier tray, and I use a little cake stand in the center of my island, and I put stuff on it for the seasons. But I thought, wouldn't that be cute to have a little duck or a bunny on there?
Yes.
These were only $1, and they say they're actually on chalkboard.
I saw them when I was in there, but I thought, I don't know what I would make that's that small.
Well, we have lots of cute little smalls, and then you can take pieces out of a cross stitch that's you want to make small.
Well, that's true. I hadn't thought about that.
$1, folks, $1.
$1.
That's my last item.
Okay, well, I actually have 2 more, so I don't know what happened.
I don't know either. Did I jump ahead of you at some point in
I
time?
wonder if you skipped something.
Well, I got the April table runner.
You didn't show that. Waverly store sample.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't. I
Just one
skipped
more.
over.
Okay, so this one is a kit that we have in the shop, and it's quilted. So I'll show you it
binding.
quilted. I just need to get binding on it. But it uses a panel, and like I said, we do have the kit.
Ooh, that's pretty. Look how neat that looks. That'd be great to give to a teacher to put on their walls.
Yeah,
That
or
was
a
good.
graduation gift.
It says, indulge your imagination in every possible flight by Jane Austen is a quote. And the bottom one is the strongest and sweetest songs yet remain to be sung.
Yes, it
That's
turned
neat.
out really fun.
It did.
And it uses a Villa Rose
Card.
pattern.
Pattern card, but typically Villa Rose are fast, and that was a pretty fast
It
put
was,
together.
yeah.
And any panel would fit in there. She just made that one fit.
Yes, and it's, we do have the kit, like I said.
Okay, so my last item that I almost didn't show.
This is one that we showed on our live shopping on Friday, because we have it kitted, yes.
So pattern is a Villa Rose card, Waverly, and you can see it's done in blacks and whites, and Jessica kitted this. So these are all the fall colors, and I've got it all cut out.
It's a really quick sew.
Really?
I've made this a couple times.
So you're starting with these big giant squares.
So those are going to be everywhere where you see the white.
It's going to be these prints.
And then where you see the black is this Essex linen nutmeg. And if you haven't played with the Essex linen, this is a good way to start because it's big pieces. Some people are nervous about cutting it up because it does, I mean, it does fray a little.
A little, but
I mean, I don't have any problem
I don't
with
have any
it.
problem with it. And it presses and starches well. It's not like it's going to be a wrinkly mess. I've not run into that. And I've got a lot of quilts made with it now that's been washed several times.
And it just gets softer.
Shrinks the same as cotton, you know, less than 2%.
Okay, so this is my last one. This was the Fat Quarter Pack for January, I
Oh, you
think.
got the quilt done.
And I got the quilt done, and we do have these kits in the shop. This used a Villa Rose pattern called Pilaf, I think is how you
Yes,
say it.
I've made that one time.
And it's been quilted.
Oh, I love it in those colors, though. That is pretty.
Yeah, and this is one of my favorite quilting designs, which you can't really see it, but it's called Fanfare. You can't really see it at all. Well, there you can, kind of. But anyway, it's one of my favorites. It just quilts out so nice.
On anything. I've seen it on very traditional or very modern quilts.
So
Piecing
there
fabrics.
are 3 things that need binding.
Yeah, I have 2.
Well, I have 2 at home that have binding sewn on them that needs to be hand sewn down.
Yeah, and it's hard for me to hand sew binding when I'd rather cross stitch.
But I want to cross stitch. I
It's
know.
like I say that for a car ride. I don't know that we're going anywhere, but
Yeah.
I can do that. in a
I know
car ride.
during baseball season, I will bring binding, but I mean, that's only 3 months out of the year. I can't save all my.
Well, then it gets really hot. You don't want to quilt in your lap.
Right, some days it's really hot. So, all right, that finishes that.
Nice.
So, okay, we'll see you Friday on Facebook for live shopping. Thank you so much for watching. And
Yeah, subscribe and share and all that stuff.
yeah, leave a comment. That helps us out here on YouTube.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Bye.